Thank you all. I'm happy to be here to talk to you today. I want to talk about the West Pond Living Shoreline at the Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuge and make the case for learning from failure. So some history. This is an aerial photo of the West Pond. The West Pond was breached during Hurricane Sandy. That meant that the fresh water was mixing with the brackish water of Jamaica Bay. The breach was repaired in 2020. But you can see there was pretty severe erosion and it left the shoreline vulnerable. In response, the Jamaica Bay Rockaway Park's Conservancy spearheaded the West Pond Living Shoreline, a nature-based solution designed to restore habitat, protect the pond and trail, and enhance visitor experience. During design, we worked in collaboration with local stakeholders, including the Jamaica Bay Eco Watchers, the American Littoral Society, and Billion Oyster Project, folks that are all in the room today with us. And at the core of this effort, though, is a public-private partnership that we have with the National Park Service. Together, we've built a framework for shared responsibility, active maintenance, and real-time decision-making. The living shoreline was really carefully designed, as they are, right? Graded slopes, core logs, oyster shell wave breaks, and native planting. A textbook nature-based solution, complete with beautiful renderings. This rendering shows what we hope for, right? This is aspirational, this is the dream, but it's not what we faced on the ground. The reality is far more dynamic and unpredictable. So here is a look at the project at the completion of construction. So looking at this, you can understand how many folks felt like this was the moment of great success. Too often, restoration projects are declared a success the day the trucks roll out and the signs go up. But in places like Jamaica Bay, that version of success barely lasts a season. Installation isn't the end, it's just the beginning. These systems are not self-sustaining. Wind, tide, rain, and wildlife begin testing the restoration immediately. The story begins when the contractor walks away and after the ribbon cutting. This is a view of the wave breaks a few weeks after installation. And this shows the wave breaks after 2 winter seasons. Within months of installation, the site was hit by intense winter storms. Wave breaks and core logs washed away, erosion returned. The materials were natural and they were intended to degrade gradually, but in practice, the system didn't survive its first winter. This wasn't a flaw in the engineering or the design, it was the reality of living and working in an unpredictable system. We are working with the Science Resilience Institute, SRIJD, to monitor the site, and the first year monitoring report confirmed what we were already observing in the field. 90% of the vegetation failed. It was clear that we had to act quickly, rethink our approach, and adapt in real time. We saw a lot of failure, but we chose to look for success. There were visual cues. The monitoring report indicated that vegetation within a very specific elevation zone were performing better than average. That was our opening. We developed a replanting plan, created a series of pilots to test technique and ideas. And we used the planting as a chance to learn. We tested different densities from 4-inch to 10-inch. We experimented with clustered groupings, with planting of burlap sacks to retain sediment, to stop erosion. If a method showed promise, we scaled it. If not, we adapted. We saw encouraging results from the tree fascines installed perpendicular to the shoreline. So to combat ongoing erosion, we installed fascines parallel to the shoreline. Through the winter, the fascines held sediment in place, and while the sample size was too small for scientific certainty, Brett told me, the results were promising enough to scale. And scale we did. In 2024, we installed 600 feet of tree fascines, and in 2025, we installed an additional 150 feet. At the West Pond, innovation happens through pilots. We test small interventions like a new planting method or a wave break strategy. If it works, we scale. If it doesn't, we adapt. That learning loop is backed by real-time monitoring and on-the-ground response, and that is our model for innovation. At the heart of this is our youth workforce program, the Jamaica Bay Wetlands Fellows, many of whom are in the room today. I see them right now. They play a critical role. They plant, they monitor, they maintain the pilots, and they led the replanting effort. In just 13 days, the Jamaica Bay Wetland Fellows planted 62,000 plants by hand. And Patty was made sure we finished just in time for the arrival of the diamondback terrapin and the horseshoe crabs. The Jamaica Bay Wetland Fellows, some more photos. The Jamaica Bay Wildlife Fellows are young adults from nearby neighborhoods who are trained to steward the shoreline. They're the first to notice erosion, the first to replant, the first to fix what breaks. Adaptive management isn't a buzzword for the fellows. It's daily practice. They lead the charge, they monitor, test, adjust, and then they do it again. Their local knowledge and continuity of care is our frontline innovation. To evaluate the pilots and be responsive to changing conditions, we developed a rapid survey, a real-time monitoring tool. This survey offers holistic insights capturing current conditions, quickly identifying shifts in vegetation, sediment, and topography. Traditional wetland monitoring protocols are essential, but the rapid survey filled a critical gap. It informed us with immediate action. It's observational by design, and when combined with other information like conversations with stakeholders and scientific data, it provides a broad picture of shoreline health. For example, the rapid survey helped us move from failure to adaptation. This image shows the vegetation patterns based on stem height. It gave us a simple, easy to understand snapshot of performance, especially valuable in a dynamic shoreline environment where the planting window is narrow and conditions are changing fast. The results informed us where to replant, where to place fascines, where to install or remove fencing, when to shift planting densities. The rapid survey is a decision-making tool. When a move didn't work, we adapted quickly. What has this project taught us? Failure is feedback, use it. Monitoring is essential, but we also need rapid protocols that deliver timely, accessible information to guide immediate decisions in the field. We need to plan for maintenance, not just design and ribbon cuttings. And we need to recognize that the ability to adapt is as important as the ability to install. We need permitting that accounts for change, not just compliance. The West Pond Living Shoreline proves that nature-based solutions require long-term commitment, flexible design, and a workforce that knows the land. Restoration doesn't end at installation, it's just beginning. The projects that thrive are often the ones that fail first, that evolve through monitoring, maintenance, and timely adaptation. And this is the Living Shoreline in 2025. It's showing incredible signs of success, and we're celebrating. Innovation is a demonstration of flexing with the natural world, of responding, adapting, failing, and doing it all over again, of being open to new ideas, uncovering what works, and doubling down. That success is only possible because we got to work. We monitored, we responded, we rethought, and we revised. We walked the shoreline, tracked changes, learned from failures, and innovated in real time. The West Pond Living Shoreline is a proof of concept that public-private partnerships work. Adaptive management and real-time responses are not just strategies, they are the future of resilience. Adaptive management isn't a backup plan, it's the plan. And it's how we innovate in the face of climate change. Thank you. really encourage accretion of sediment. I don't think we found that to be particularly true, but I would be willing to try it some more, quite honestly. Thank you.